Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. While Rahul Gandhi is on a Bharat Jodo Yatra, his inner team is whipping hate against Hindus. They are on an overdrive to berate the majority of the population in this country, as if Hindu bashing has now become their favorite pastime. Gandhi loyalist and working president of Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, Satish Jarkiholi, has stoked a massive controversy by saying the word Hindu has a vulgar meaning. According to him, the word Hindu and the religion have foreign origins and have been imposed on Indians. Listen in to this shocking statement by Satish Jarkiholi.
हिंदू शब्द कहाँ से आ गया? ये हमारा है? पर्शियन का है? पर्शियन का है? ईरान, इराक, कजाकिस्तान, उज्बेकिस्तान। फिर भारत का उधर का क्या संबंध है? फिर आपका कैसा होगा हिंदू? फिर आपको इतने उसको ऊपर बिठा के क्यों आप जा रहे हैं? आपका नहीं है वो शब्द। फिर उसका मीनिंग आपको समझ में आ गया तो आपके अब शर्म आ जाएंगे। हिंदू का जो मीनिंग है वो बहुत गंदी है।
Facing backlash for giving a long rope to netas with an anti-Hindu mindset, Congress was quick to resort to a templated response. It condemned the remark, but when it comes to action, nothing has been done up until now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all part of a larger conspiracy to spread Hindu phobia. From Brampton to Belgavi, hate against Hindus is on the rise. The surfacing of anti-Hindu posters, attack on Hindus and their symbols are becoming common globally. In Birmingham, a Hindu temple was ambushed by a mob and the Hindus inside the temple were subjected to abuse. In Leicester, they were hounded. During Dussehra, the temples of goddess Kali and Saraswati were vandalized in Bangladesh. Over 9 Hindus have paid the price for their faith with their lives in Kashmir. The BJP and Hindu groups see a pattern behind the visceral hatred towards Hindus. The BJP says that Congress takes pride in insulting the faith of the majority population in order to appease a particular community. They believe that those making anti-Hindu statements are doing at the behest of the Gandhi Parivar. Listen in.
This is what Congress is always doing, to attract the votes of one community. One thing I feel is that he has not studied the history of India, Bharata. If he has studied the history of Bharata and if he has spoken like that, I feel it is only to attract votes, to appease Muslims.
यह कांग्रेस और राहुल गांधी द्वारा हिंदुओं के प्रति जो नफरत का भाव है उसी को एक बार फिर से प्रकट किया है। यह कांग्रेस का नित्य कर्म हो गया है और अब आवश्यकता है कि हिंदू जागृत हो और ऐसे हिंदू द्रोही कांग्रेस को जबरदस्त सबक सिखाएं।
कांग्रेस की मानसिकता सदैव ही सनातन संस्कृति के विरोध में ही रहा है। कांग्रेस शुरू से ही हिंदू और हिंदुत्व को गाली देना, हमको बोको हरम, आईएसआई, तालिबान से जोड़ देना, जिस प्रकार से सनातन संस्कृति को अपमानित करने का काम करते हैं, तो ऐसे नेताओं के खिलाफ कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ नेता को जल्द से जल्द कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए।
Not just the Congress. On the other side, there is also the Aam Aadmi Party. Rajendra Pal Gautam, an MLA of the Aam Aadmi Party, who just last month was forced to resign after anti-Hindu statements, today once again said that Hindus should be made or will be made into a minority at the rate they are spreading terror in this country. Listen in to Aam Aadmi Party's Rajendra Pal Gautam.
जो हिंदू समाज अपने आप को बहुसंख्यक कहता है, लेकिन अपने ही बीच के लोगों को जिनकी मूंछ रखने पर हत्या करता है, घड़ा छू लेने पर हत्या करता है, मंदिर प्रवेश करने पर हत्या करता है, मूर्ति छू लेने पर हत्या करता है और बहन बेटियों के साथ बलात्कार भी करता है और उनकी फिर हत्या भी करता है। और जब मुलजिमों को गिरफ्तार करने की बात आती है तो मुलजिमों की जाति के लोग उनके फेवर में महापंचायतें करते हैं। इससे जो एक बड़े समाज के अंदर एक जो डर का वातावरण पैदा होता है, लोग जब दुखी होते हैं उनके स्वाभिमान को ठेस लगती है तो सम्मान के लिए रास्ता तलाशते हैं। उन्हें लगता है अगर जाति की वजह से उत्पीड़न तो जाति छोड़ दो। हिंदू आतंकवाद कभी नहीं बोला आज तक। फिर ये शब्द तो आपके अपने हैं, मेरे नहीं है।
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to the legitimate question on the Newshour tonight. Is the opposition so fixed up with Hindu bashing? Is it going to become a Hindu bashing champion? That's the question that we are asking. This is Hinduphobia. That's the hashtag and the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining me on the debate tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, Vinod Bansal, national spokesperson of the VHP, Dr. Sumanth Raman, political analyst. But my first question goes to Mr. Lokesh Jindal, leader of the Congress party. And I want to ask you, Lokesh Jindal, how many times will you insult Hindus in this country? Just a few days ago, it was Shivraj Patil who said Gita jihad ka gyan deta hai. Today, Mr. Jarkiholi, who stands up and says कि Hindu का मतलब ही गंदा है, it's vulgar. And of course, you know, I can keep giving you examples of how Ram is actually a mythical character. That was the affidavit. Whatever Dr. Shashi Tharoor has said about a scorpion and India becoming a Hindu Pakistan. I want to ask you, Janeu on top of your coat, but Hindu bashing becoming your dharma? Lokesh Jindal?
Good evening, Navika. The statement was unfortunate. It has been condemned by the AICC. And this particular pattern is also observed in BJP. I mean, last month itself, Bansidhar Bhagat, the ex-state president of Uttarakhand, he insulted Goddess Saraswati, Goddess Lakshmi, Lord Shiva and Vishnu. But nowhere did BJP take any action, nor did it even condemn the statement. Secondly, when you talk about Dilip Ghosh, you talk about Bukal Nawab. Bukal Nawab called Hanuman as Muslim, as Musalman. He said, like Salman, Hanuman is Musalman. Yogi Adityanath, he tried to associate caste with Hanuman. Now, when you talk about BJP, it is this political party which has set the narrative of politicization of religion, associating gods and goddesses with a particular religious mindset, with a particular political ideology and politicization of this religion. This must stop. Whether it is from any political party, be it Congress, be it BJP, any political party, they must restrict religion to a particular domain. We do not want monks who want to use religion as a means so as to become chief ministers, prime ministers. We want the pilgrimage sites to be sites for salvation, not for political realization. The statement is condemned, and the All India Congress Committee has distanced itself, and it is unfortunate that such a statement was delivered.
Well, Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, they've distanced themselves and so shut the book, don't point fingers at them. It's another matter that Mr. Rashid Alvi also comes out and says on a report, on a think tank which has said that Leicester and Birmingham violence acts were actually not the doing of any Hindu organizations. But he says, कि भाई ये तो किसी RSS agent ने clean chit दिया. I want to ask you, Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, is the Congress actually Sarv Dharm Premi, or is it only on the rampage as far as Hindu bashing is concerned?
Navika, I heard the Congress sympathizer very attentively. First, when his come turns next after I have made my statement, I challenge him to show the statement of the All India Congress Committee condemning the words of Jarkiholi. Second, he has not been expelled from the party. And the larger point that I am making today is, we all know how Congress party takes a lot of pride in calling itself a Muslim party. But when it comes to Hindus, they have this perpetual habit of hurting the sentiments of the Hindus. Not just treat them like second-rate citizens, but crush our pride. Navika, they want to take away our pride. You know, but what the ultimate result is? The Bharatiya Janata Party has also played a significant role. And I must say that when they treat us with hatred, the Hindus also, who take a lot of pride in their self-being, in their identity, they are teaching Congress party a befitting lesson. My point is very simple. Why is it that Mr. Kharge, who is the president of the Congress now, said that if Narendra Modi ji comes to power again, India will turn into a Sanatan Rashtra? Why this hatred for Sanatan Dharma? Can he even dare to utter a word against any other religion? Second, Rahul Gandhi, one of the tall leaders who is undergoing a Bharat Jodo Yatra, is actually more a leader who breaks India into religious identities, into caste identities, into regional identities. And why do I say that? Rahul Gandhi's statement, लड़के लड़कियां छेड़ने मंदिर में जाते हैं. Can he even dare to say the same lines for a person of another community? He can't. So the larger point is that this is not a new phenomena in the Congress. Rather, to survive and to thrive and to rise up the ladder, you have to abuse the Hindu community. But now I would say that the Hindu community has also become very, very vigilant, and they are aware of their rights, their political might. And the best way to teach Congress party a lesson is that during the elections, you don't use any foul language, you do not resort to violence, but you teach them their place by voting for parties who can respect the Hindu religion, the Hindutva culture that we have, and the identity of our country, and that is how the voters are getting back to them.
Lokesh Jindal, you want to respond to the questions raised to you by Mr. Bhatia?
Yes. Mr. Bhatia, your ex-Uttarakhand president, Bansidhar Bhagat, he said he advised the...
No, I asked you about AICC resolution.
Wait a minute.
I asked you about AICC resolution.
You said when your chance came...
No, I asked you.
Now,
I'm not interrupting you. I want to expose you on times now. I asked you about the AICC resolution.
Called Shiva.
Mr. Kharge's statement.
There is a god Shiva who has snake around his neck and water is always pouring from his head. What BJP did for such lewd statements?
All right, we'll ask that question. We'll ask that question of Gaurav Bhatia. Why don't you respond to the question that he's asking you on where is the action against Mr. Jarkiholi and where is the AICC statement condemning his statement?
Surjewala ji has...
Please ask him. He just made a false statement.
AICC General Secretary Surjewala ji has condemned the
Surjewala.
So it has been...
Surjewala is not AICC. You lied on national television.
When you're talking about...
You lied.
Bhagat ji,
apologize.
Did BJP or any leader come out with any form of condemnation?
You lied.
No. What about Dilip Ghosh? Did you condemn Dilip Ghosh?
You lied.
No, he questioned the ancestry of Goddess Durga. Did you condemn him?
Well, I want to get in Mr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, Mr. Lokesh Jindal is pointing to the acts of omission from the BJP while he's at pains, to try and find an answer to what has been said by Mr. Jarkiholi today or Mr. Rashid Alvi. Why do you think the Congress's only defense is to ask more questions rather than answer the questions that have been asked of them?
Good evening, Navika, and good evening to all your fellow panelists. Look, Hindu comes from Sindhu and idiot comes from Congress. Let's be very clear about this.
Let's not use unparliamentary language. You'll get away with it. We'll be hauled up for it.
Cretin comes from Congress. How's that? Look, no, but, to be serious, this statement by a top Congress leader is not just a fringe element. That a Hindu has a dirty meaning and Indians would be ashamed of it is vile. But then again, the Congress has a history, Navika, of Hinduphobia. Let me explain. Just a few weeks ago, Rahul Gandhi met on his Bharat Jodo Yatra, that is very fast, uniting India against the Congress. He met the virulently anti-Hindu pastor George Punaiya, who told him Jesus is the real God, not Shakti. The ex-Congress Home Minister then claimed Lord Krishna taught jihad to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. And recall how a Mahila Congress leader made a Gaumutra jibe, same as the Pulwama bomber. Then an alleged post by a Congress youth wing leader called Hinduism as a terrorist religion. Recently, a Goa Congress leader termed Hindu god Parshuram as a terrorist and a rapist. Congress mouthpiece National Herald routinely publishes Hindu-phobic articles, including one where it said Hindu epics were replete with misogyny and Me Too instances. Remember, the Congress celebrates Tipu Jayanti, despite knowing he demolished hundreds of temples and converted and butchered lakhs of Hindus. And who can forget that the phrase saffron terror was coined by the Congress and that it wanted to pass the communal violence bill where only the majority, i.e. Hindus, could be held guilty in a communal riot. Last but not least, remember how the Congress blamed the Hindu RSS for the 26/11 terror attacks? Had Kasab not been caught alive, it is beyond doubt that the Congress would have fortified its theory. Then there was this Congress dispensation in 2004 that asked a Hindu DD anchor to not display his Hindu sacred symbol Kalava. Remember how Congress leaders publicly butchered a calf just to mock Hindu sensibilities in Kerala? Recall how time and again the Congress derides and insults and denigrates Hindutva, despite the fact that, quote, Hindutva means the Indian culture and not merely the Hindu religion, unquote. This was the famous conclusion of Supreme Court back in 1995, packed with judges with left liberal and centrist predilection, with a judgment written by none other than the liberal hero Justice C.R. Verma. On the other hand, Navika, please 10 seconds.
You are saying that BJP
please do not interrupt. Please don't be so rapid. Please don't be Anand-phobic. Please, just 10 seconds. Navika, in fact, on the other hand, how many instances are there where the Congress has abused Islam or Islamic organizations? In fact, it demanded hanging of Kamlesh Tiwari for making a comment it considered Islamophobic, and its prominent leader fought against the banging of Simi. And remember how PM Manmohan Singh on the floor of our parliament demanded an apology from Denmark for the Prophet
cartoon.
It's not
a monologue, it's a dialogue, it's a debate.
Now, why are you so rattled? Why are you so rattled?
Narrative and a monologue.
Why are you
can you actually contradict any of the facts presented by Anand Ranganathan?
That is why he is so rattled.
Give me a chance.
That is why he is so rattled.
Okay. Tell me factually, where is Dr. Anand Ranganathan wrong?
I'll tell you.
Tell me one instance. Navika, no, 1 second. No, Navika, this is very unfair, you know. I gave 13 instances. 13. Let him rebut even one. Challenge me on even one.
Okay.
Wait, I'll answer that.
Yes, Lokesh Jindal. Can you rebut him even on one?
Yes, listen to this.
Congress challenge.
Not against, listen to me now carefully. Congress is not against the beliefs of Hindu religion, but it is against the superstition that BJP tends to spread all across the country.
Navika, is this rebuttal?
It is against
yes, a law degree.
That BJP
Naveen,
This is not a rebuttal. This is not a rebuttal. On the 13 instances given by Dr. Anand Ranganathan, can you rebut even one? And can you give us one statement that you have said against any other religion, as many as you have said against the Hindus? Can you give us even one example, Lokesh Jindal?
And whenever Congress combats this, at that point of time, you call that Congress is anti-Hindu.
This is the reason why. Gaurav.
My friend, if you have a fact, put it on the table now, and if you don't, then I'm moving to the next speaker on the panel, because you're not being able to counter any one of the statements that have been made by Dr. Anand Ranganathan, Lokesh Jindal.
I gave a clear answer.
What is the clear answer? What is the clear answer? Which of the 13 examples is wrong?
Give me one. Tell me I'm wrong.
All forms of belief that BJP has been
did a Goa minister not abuse Lord Parshuram? Did he or did he not? Tell me. Did the Goa Congress minister abuse or not abuse Lord Parshuram?
Did he not?
Navika, we can't. You know, this is.
I don't know. Lokesh Jindal, you've been thoroughly exposed, Lokesh Jindal. So take a deep breath. Go through your Google research a bit more. Find something which can counter the facts that have been put out by Dr. Anand Ranganathan, and I will come back to you. Sumanth Raman.
Navika, you will be accused of homicide. Please don't ask Jindal to take a deep breath. Hum Delhi mein hai. Please be very careful.
Okay. On that note, sarcasm noted not just by me, by our viewers too, but I want to get in Sumanth Raman. Sumanth Raman, you know, Dr. Anand Ranganathan has listed out as far as the Congress is concerned. Let me also list out the Aam Aadmi Party, which is the latest entrant into the bandwagon of the Hindu so-called siyasat or Hindu politics. They of course need Ganesh and Lakshmi on the notes, okay? But Mr. Rajendra Pal Gautam, he sits and he gives a lecture and he says that Hindu terror is spreading, it is killing all of us, and very soon Hindus will be reduced to a minority. Now this is the same political party where Mr. Arvind Kejriwal says that he is an avatar of Krishna and everybody else around him, his opponent, is actually a Kans. Now I want to ask you, I know that politics is very important, religion is very important for politics. But does politics not have a religion at all? Can you actually go around abusing people's faith, call them names? And this Mr. Rajendra Pal Gautam is actually a repeat offender. 9th of October, he said what he said against Hindu gods and goddesses, had to quit the ministerial berths that he had, and today, 7th of November, not even 1 month after that, he is back at the same job. What's going on, Sumanth Raman?
Yeah, Navika, first of all, let me state that it is deeply unfortunate that we are, literally wasting the nation's time on such issues which at the end of the day do not have an impact on the development of the country. This statement of Mr. Jarkiholi is deeply condemnable. Mr. Surjewala says the statement attributed to Satish Jarkiholi is deeply unfortunate, deserves to be rejected,
and Hindus are already the second class citizen of the country.
Unequivocally, please wait, sir. I did not interrupt anybody. 1 minute, I did not interrupt. If you say that 80% of the population is second class citizens,
I'm being hurt by your statement.
It is only a reflection. If one sec. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. 80% of the population feels that they are second class citizens. It is only a very, very sad state of affairs. I am a Hindu. I don't feel for a moment that I am a second class citizen. Satish Jarkiholi, who made this idiotic, absurd statement, which deserves to be fully condemned, is himself a Hindu. The Jarkiholi family itself.
Okay, so since you are also a Hindu, and you are calling Satish Jarkiholi's statement an unfortunate statement, tell me, Shivraj Patil, who says Gita teaches, in Gita, Krishna teaches Arjun jihad. Do you agree with that?
Look, Navika, we can go on and on about idiotic statements made by Congress leaders. Now, there are equally idiotic statements made by leaders from other parties, but we will choose only the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. Now that the Gujarat elections are there, the Aam Aadmi Party is also a prime target because they are emerging as a force in Gujarat. Rajendra Pal Gautam, by the way, resigned from the Council of Ministers to the best of my knowledge. So let's be very clear on all these things. Action has been taken by various political parties, and now Arvind Kejriwal has caught on to the BJP's game, and that is why he says put Ganesha and Lakshmi goddess images on the banknote. He wants to.
So you are saying he's caught on to the game. So religion is just the same approach. So religion is just a game as far as all of these political parties are concerned. Gaurav Bhatia, would you want to respond? Would you want to respond? He says Rajendra Pal Gautam has resigned, so no problem, we should not raise a question. It's another matter that he continues to be an Aam Aadmi Party MLA even today and still continues to make those statements which have neither been condemned nor have been commented upon by the Aam Aadmi Party, number one. And number two, he talks about stupid comments being made by Congress leaders. How come there are so many stupid comments that are made and yet the Congress only makes these stupid comments related to one religion, not to any other? Is this just a coincidence? गौरव भाटिया जी।
Navika, first of all, it is important for us to highlight how blatantly Congress sympathizers come on your program and lie. I have the Twitter handle of AICC open right in front of me. There is not an iota of apology, as the Congress sympathizer was saying. Second, very succinctly, it has been narrated by Anandji how time and again the Congress party is a habitual offender, and Aam Aadmi party is also now following the footsteps of Congress party. First, they hurt the sentiments of the Hindu community. Second, they will not dare say a word, even if the members of the other community are at fault and are hurting the sentiments of the Hindus because they're worried about their vote bank. Third, no official condemnation will come from the party head or the party official handle or channel. And for the Aam Aadmi party, I want to also say it is very hurting to hear Sumanth Raman connecting it to elections. So the logic that he is giving, if there are elections in a state, then Hindu sentiments can be heard. And if a media channel is trying to discuss the issue, the same should not be done. And he very, conveniently says that it is not an issue to be discussed because it doesn't concern the country. Rather, I would say that it is a matter of pride for every citizen, even if he is a non-Hindu, because nobody wants that sentiments of a fellow citizen should be heard. Just Sumanji, please allow me to complete my point. I did not.
Is it going to give a debating? This is going to give a billion people jobs.
All right. You made that point. He's responding to your point. Just hold on.
Did I interrupt?
Please.
Yes, Gaurav.
Is it going to reduce poverty?
Navika,
is it going to reduce unemployment? It is going to.
So Satish Jarkiholi was standing there and reducing poverty, my friend. Was he telling people of Karnataka about reduction of poverty when he was saying that Hindu is a dirty word? Just calm down, Sumanth Raman. Complete your point, Gaurav. Anand Ranganathan is also raising his hand, and I need to get in Vinod Bansal as well.
Thank you.
Gaurav.
Only a minute. Only a minute. First, let me counter him on employment, inflation, price rise and poverty. So when the Congress says Bhagwan Ram Kalpanik hai, they are reducing poverty. When Rahul Gandhi says ladki chhedne mandir mein jate hain, it is about employment. When Kharge says that Modi ji coming back to power will mean that India will become a Sanatan Rashtra, it is about eradicating poverty. What is your logic? And I must expose Arvind Kejriwal, Navika. Arvind Kejriwal, when he was asked about Rajendra Gautam, do you know what he said to a channel? He said, I did not sack him. Rather, he resigned. And on the other side, we will see him taking credit. And second, about Gopal Italia. When he was asked a pointed question that Gopal Italia is hurting the sentiments of the Hindus, he said, Gopal Italia travels with me in my own car. And he is very popular amongst all. So there is no regret. There is no introspection. They will continue to hurt the Hindu sentiments. And Hindus will unite to fight for their pride and teach these communal parties a befitting lesson.
Well, Vinod Bansal ji, I want to ask you simply this. क्या बड़ा कन्वीनियंट लगता है इनको कि किसी भी हिंदू को आए तमाचा लगाकर चले जाएं? क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि राजनीति का जो एक सबसे बड़ा एजेंडा है वो है धर्म का इस्तेमाल. लेकिन राजनीति में कोई धर्म नहीं है कि किसी को भी आप कुछ भी कह दे और बस निकल जाए. और ये सिर्फ हिंदुओं के साथ या हिंदू धर्म के साथ क्यों होता है? चुनाव आते हैं तो इनको धर्म याद आता है और उसमें भी हिंदू धर्म को सिंगल आउट करके नीचे दिखाया जाता है. ये एक पैटर्न नजर आता है. क्यों?
Navika ji, thank you very much for keeping into myself in the debate after 30th minutes of the debate. एनीवे खैर मैं कह रहा हूँ कि देखिए आज मुझे बड़ा ताज्जुब हो रहा है कि आपके चैनल पर बैठे हुए दो विद्वान, चाहे गौरव भाटिया की बात हो या आनंद रंगनाथन जी हो, दोनों इस बात को क्यों नहीं समझ पा रहे कि आखिरकार भैंस के आगे बीन बजाने से लाभ क्या. आखिरकार ये दोनों जो पैनलिस्ट हैं जिनको डिफेंड कर रहे हैं वो आखिरकार वो लोग, उनका कैरेक्टर कैसा है, आखिरकार वो लोग जो ऑलरेडी हिंदुत्व को, हिंदू देवी देवताओं को गाली दे चुके, द पार्टी हुज कैरेक्टर इज स्पेसिफिकली डिफाइंड इन द आईज ऑफ द पीपल ऑफ द कंट्री, कि पिछले 70 वर्षों में उन्होंने हिंदुओं को दोयम दर्जे का नागरिक डिक्लेयर करके मुस्लिम अपीजमेंट की पॉलिसी के अलावा कुछ नहीं उन्होंने।
मैं तो उल्टा बोल रहा हूं।
आखिरकार
नाविका प्लीज क्लैरिफाई।
नहीं, Anand Ranganathan, he is saying,
मैं आपकी बात,
he is understood what you are saying. He is saying आप भैंस के आगे बीन बजा रहे हैं, as in you are trying to convince the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party, who always condemn the Hindus anyways. So why are we trying to convert their thought process? That's what he is saying.
Right.
Yes, Vinod Bansal.
Correct. They can't be converted because they were born and brought up for that same. आप देखिए, जिनकी प्रवृत्ति, प्रकृति और संस्कृति हिंदुओं का विरोध करना है, हिंदुत्व का विरोध करना है, भारतीय संस्कृति का मानहानि करनी है और उसका चीरहरण करना है, उसको उससे आप प्रश्न कर रहे हो। बेकार में ऐसे लोगों से प्रश्न करने का कोई लाभ नहीं मेरे भाई। ऐसे ये लोग हैं, वो हैं जिनका चाल चरित्र, चेहरा पूरी तरह से भारत विरोधी बन चुका है। आप देखिए कि जो व्यक्ति 10,000 के लोगों की फौज में जाकर के कहता हो कि मैं देवी देवताओं को नहीं मानूंगा, देवी देवताओं को नहीं मानूंगा, मैं संकल्प लेता हूं, और संकल्प दिलवा भी रहा है, और उसके बावजूद भी उसका नेता जो है बड़ी बेशर्मी के साथ प्रधानमंत्री को पत्र लिख के कहता है कि मुझे लक्ष्मी गणेश सरस्वती की फोटो चाहिए उसमें नोटों पर। क्या शर्म आनी चाहिए इनको डूब के मर जाना चाहिए ऐसे लोगों को। हिंदू धर्म की जो करने की कोई सीमा होती है।
Lokesh Jindal, what's your defense? Lokesh Jindal, what's your defense? Why? And I can read out.
नाविका जी, मेरी बात पूरी नहीं। नाविका जी, may I continue my words? Please allow me to continue.
Yes, Vinod Bansal जी।
मैं कह रहा हूं, देखिए, सिंपली एक लेटर लिखने से काम नहीं चलेगा। आखिरकार नाविका जी, मुझे बताइए, क्या हिंदुओं के सेंटिमेंट्स नहीं होते क्या? हिंदुओं को राइट नहीं है क्या आप ये चाहते हैं कि हिंदू के अंदर भी वो सरतन से जुदा करने वाले खड़े हो जाएं इनके लिए? नहीं, हिंदू समाज कभी ऐसा नहीं बनेगा, लेकिन ऐसी नौबत मत आने दीजिए, मैं कहना चाहता हूं आपको। और आखिरकार ये हिंदुओं को माइनॉरिटी देखने का सपना देख रहे हैं ना,
पर विनोद बंसल जी, आप इस शो पर अल्टीमेटम मत दीजिए, लेकिन हाँ, सीख लेने की जरूरत है। एंड आई वांट टू आस्क यू लोकेश जिंदल, हिंदू आतंकवाद का शब्द है, हिंदू आतंकवाद किसने किया? चिदम्बरम, राहुल गांधी, सुशील कुमार शिंदे। राम सेतु इज काल्पनिक, ये किसने कहा? आपका एफिडेविट। भारत हिंदू पाकिस्तान बन जाएगा, किसने कहा? शशि थरूर। मोदी की तुलना में शिवलिंग पर बैठे बिच्छू से किया, किसने किया? शशि थरूर। गीता में जिहाद बताया जा रहा है, ये किसने किया? शिवराज पाटिल। आई वांट टू आस्क यू लोकेश जिंदल, आर ऑल ऑफ दीज स्टेटमेंट्स just a mere coincidence?
बहुत लंबी लिस्ट है जी।
Just a mere coincidence?
I'll answer. Now this enlightened BJP employee, Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, when he was employed with the Samajwadi Party, he delivered a statement. It's there online that the moment BJP government has come to power, there has been communalism all over the country, and BHP and BJP, they are delivering Hindutva ideas even on Independence Day. So now this enlightened gentleman,
my friend, Lokesh Jindal ji, you know, if you get personal, he is going to get personal, and that's not going to take the debate anywhere. However, the point you are making is very clear that he was talking about the BJP. So let's stick to the BJP. Today's identity is the BJP, and if you can only find a statement, of his from the Samajwadi Party days, you know why he left that party and then he joined the BJP. So Lokesh Jindal, you really don't have a defense. Anand Ranganathan, you've been raising your point. Last 30 seconds to Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
No, I think
yes,
there was a
very briefly.
on me. Allow me 30 seconds after Anand ji.
Yes, okay.
No, very briefly, and with due respect to the good Dr. Raman, I really respect him, his views, but can I please disagree vehemently with both his views? Number one, for him saying that why are we debating this at all? Is this going to give us millions of jobs? Well, you know, there are hundreds of events and newsworthy things that happen all around the day. 20, 30, 40 different news items have been discussed since the morning on Times Now. Things are happening in parallel, Dr. Raman. By your logic, Should we have discussed what Nupur Sharma did or the hijab thing?
About what?
Is that going to bring jobs? So, you know, there are different stories and every story is being discussed. Since morning, Times Now, no, 1 second. Please give me time. Since morning, Times Now has discussed demonetization also. Has discussed a lot of economic things. Has discussed, I want to come to the second point. Navika, please allow me, Dr. Raman, because what you said hurt me. So please give me 20 seconds. Please, with your permission. Yeah. Because what you said was, Navika, you said, and I'm quoting you, Navika, I am a Hindu. I don't feel like a second-class citizen. Now, I am also a Hindu. It's a different matter that you may be a believing Hindu, I am a non-believing atheist Hindu. But the fact of the matter is, we are not second-class citizens. I can give you proof that we are ninth-class citizens. And since yesterday, from the airport at Jaipur, somebody came and told me, sir, there is one more, so we are 10th-class citizens. Do you want me to give you all the instances why there is rampant discrimination against Hindus? 800 million Hindus in India are being discriminated against. How would you feel if you were a Muslim and you were not allowed to legally take back your place of worship? How would you feel if your land was suddenly usurped?
That's the whole point. The point is here that Hindu symbols and Hindu religion have become virtually a football because everybody only uses them during elections. Sumanth Raman, I'm running out of time, but Gaurav Bhatia has the right to respond to Lokesh Jindal because there was a personal comment made. Gaurav Bhatia, 30 seconds.
No, Navika, I would not make any personal comment against Lokesh Jindal. But I must tell him that when I serve my party not because I'm employed there, but I serve my party because I believe in the leader of my party, Shri Narendra Modi ji. And if you're talking about employment, let me tell you, Rahul Gandhi actually applied for the post of spokesperson of the BJP. But he was told he is not even fit to be a peon. So that is the difference. Well, please don't make personal comments.
Well, let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I always feel that religion definitely, like Dr. Sumanth Raman says, doesn't really create an agenda on which governance should be based on. But why do political parties pick up these issues and make them the agenda during elections? Because politics uses religion, but politics sometimes, for some parties, has no religion. If it comes to using gods and goddesses, they will use them for votes and then abuse them the next time. Can't we all see through it? That's the point. Thank you very much to my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.